Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how you can use Retrologue to create amazing punchy analog kick drums. Let's get started. So there we go, here we have Retrologue 2 and this is the Initialize preset which comes up every time you run Retrologue for the first time. Now, let me start by saying that there are many ways that you can create a kick drum, an analog style kick drum in Retrologue. Today I'm going to show you a very quick, very easy way that you can start creating analog style kick drums and you can customize them to your song, to your key, because sometimes these synthesized kick drums will work better than using samples that sometimes might not work with your song, might not work with the key of your song. Here you have total control over your drums. So let's start building this sound. The first thing I want to do is I want to turn my Retrologue into mono mode, right? Because I only want to have only one key every time I play. Now, the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my key follow all the way to 0. And why do I do this? Because basically I don't want my kick drum to pitch up and down when I'm playing the keyboard. I want to have one kick drum sound on all the keys so that I can play the same kick drum regardless of the key that I'm playing. So that's the second step. And as you can see, now it's the same pitch on every key. Now let's move on to the oscillator section and let's start creating our kick drum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to oscillator number 1. And in this case, I'm going to use a simple sine wave because this gives me quite a bit of low end. It's a very good type of oscillator to use. So nice sine wave. Let's go down 1 octave. Perfect. So now we have our tone generator set up. Now let's move on to the filter section because that's where all the magic is going to happen. And that's what's going to create our amazing kick drum because the filters in Retrologue are really powerful. So I'm going to show you just a few steps that if you follow them, you'll be able to create hundreds of different kick drums. Let's start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my cutoff all the way down and I'm going to target the frequency that I think that the bottom end of my kick drum is going to be. Usually you're looking for something around 60 Hertz, 50 Hertz, 65, 68. I'm going to try 63 today and see how this goes. So now the sound becomes very muffled, but the next thing is I want to turn up my resonance all the way up so that I can get the maximum impact of this resonance. So you can hear this subharmonics right there. Very nice. Now the next thing I want to do is turn my envelope control all the way up so that this also has the maximum impact when I start tweaking my filter envelope right here. And now I can start shaping my kick drum. So let's see where we are right now. All right, perfect. So now I already have a nice positive sound. What I want to do now is make sure that I take care of my amplitude envelope and I want to make sure that my sustain is all the way down. Why? Because if I have it all the way up, the sound keeps going as long as I'm holding the key. I just want the sound to fade out straight away because I'm creating a kick drum. So let's go sustain all the way down. Let's keep the decay into a moderate setting right there, and I'm going to fine tune it later on. Now let's move on entirely to the filter. So now I'm going to do the same in the filter section so that I don't have this long, decay on my kick drum. So right now, let's see what we have. Okay, there we go. Now this is starting to sound like a kick drum. Now let's try and play with the decay parameter. So this sounds almost like a tom right there. So maybe we can start creating a tom in another video. But in this case, I'm going to go a little bit shorter. And I'm going to try and fine tune it until I find the sweet spot. So just right there, I think around 53 milliseconds to 64. Now we have a kick drum straight away. It took like 2 minutes, but we have a very nice beefy kick drum sound. Now, if I turn up the sub, I can make it even more beefy. Maybe I'll add just a little bit of it. Now, if I want to add some harmonics, I can add a little bit of distortion. Let's try that. I don't want to add too much, just a little bit of it. Now, if I want to fine tune this kick drum even more, I can start playing with a cutoff frequency. And see, I can start tuning the kick drum to my liking. Or I can turn down the resonance now. Or the envelope. And see how many sounds I can get in between. Now, if I want to add some variation to this kick drum, I can even add a noise generator. So now I can introduce a little bit of click to the beginning of the sound. Pink noise. So you can see how many different things I can try and get more personalized kick drum right there. Now, another thing that I can do is I can use the secret weapon that we have in Retrologue 2, and this is the envelope free, and this is a very sophisticated envelope. So what I can do is I can say I want to assign this envelope into my matrix, and I can assign it to the pitch of the kick drum. And let's turn the depth all the way up again. And now I can start fine-tuning the pitch of that kick drum again. So I can add the attack. So see how much I can change and shape the initial transient of the sound. Or the decay time. Because now I've turned envelope free into a pitch envelope, which is really, really powerful. It gives me even more options when shaping that kick drum sound. Now let's try and add some more distortion. Now it becomes a little bit more tonal. Let's add some clip distortion. So as you can see, Retrologue gives you quite a few options when you want to start creating your own analog style sounds, analog style kick drums in this case. But of course you can create snares, hi-hats, all these things, because the envelopes are so snappy and the filters are so good that they can really create amazing sounds, really great percussive sounds. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out the other videos that we have with Retrologue so that you can see how you can create even more amazing sounds with it. Have fun, and we'll see you in the next one.